Hello everybody, welcome back to another installment of Funkotastic Friday, also Family Funkotastic Friday. This is the third installment, I believe, and boy is it a good one. First off, I'd like to say Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there that whether you do or do not celebrate Thanksgiving, and also for those of you that do partake in Black Friday shopping in person rather than just shopping online. Best of luck to you all, hope everybody's safe and nobody gets hurt. Let's see. I'm your host, J-Hysteria 23. If you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, go ahead. I post like a heads up for when my next video on YouTube will be posted, and also just kind of see more into like my personal life of like stuff I've done or memes I may have posted or just talking about pops. Alright, but enough of that. Let's go ahead and get to it. Today we are talking about Portgas the Ace. Yeah, he's a pretty great fan, man. He is the brother of the main character for the anime series One Piece, whose name is Luffy. And basically, before I start fully going into depth about Portgas the Ace, let me go ahead and give you the backstory of the world of One Piece. Pirates everywhere, man. Basically, the Pirate King, Gold D. Roger, he collected a huge amount of treasure called the One Piece, and it's the most... it's the largest hoard of treasures, from gold to jewelry to anything, honestly, because in this world, everything's pretty crazy. And so everybody's in a race to find out where the treasure is. Sadly, the Pirate King was finally caught by the Navy and was executed. So now everybody's out there trying to claim the title of Pirate King. And it's just a brawl between pirates against pirates, pirates against the Navy, pirates against, just random civilians. And just pirates of different lands fighting against each other, whether they're people of the land, people of under the ocean, or people in the sky, which is actually pretty far into the series. So if you do want to know more about it, I highly recommend reading either the manga series or watching the anime series. Both are very great, and they are still going, and they have so many different episodes and chapters, and just so much story to get through. And so basically, the story follows along with the main character, Monkey D. Luffy, who is just a young kid, and he's just all strive and happy, and he loves pirates, and he wants to be one because he wants to get the One Piece and kind of change the world in his own image. That glorified, just I want to be the best that ever was kind of mindset, And when he was young, some of his pirate friends were coming through. Red-haired Shanks, I believe, was the name of the captain. Great guy. He basically taught Luffy as much as he knows about being tough and just being a cool pirate as well, showing what life is like to be a good pirate rather than most of the jerks that are out there. And while they were docked one day, Luffy got into the ship and he got into a barrel of fruit, and he ate what is known as the devil fruit. And this specific devil fruit was known as the gum fruit. The devil fruits grant whoever eats them powers, basically. So like Luffy ate the gum fruit, his body basically becomes stretchy and stretchy and pretty durable, like rubber or gum even. So he can stretch his body out, he can take bullets and then reflect them back, but if he gets cut, if he gets cut by a blade, that can damage him, or like elemental attacks. While it is awesome to be able to just eat a fruit and get superpowers, sadly the one thing that it costs to eat a devil fruit is that you can't swim. So if you want to be a pirate or a sailor even, you don't want to eat a devil fruit. Because once you end up in the water, you just stiffen up and sink to the bottom. You can't swim, you can't get out, you have to rely on somebody to get you out. Hopefully you got to get enough crew members to go there. But yeah, basically Luffy starts his adventures. Finally, he runs to the bounty hunter Roronoa Zoro, who was like one of the most legendary swordsmen to be. At the time, he was just a pretty great bounty hunter. He was great with a 3-style sword technique, and while that sounds impossible, you should really see how he does it. It's quite impressive. And then of course, so now he has a new crew member to fight alongside with, and then they come along Nami, who basically is great at navigating, and after they help her with her personal problems when it comes to paying off for some issues that happened in her past, she ends up deciding to join the crew, and just so on and so forth, and they're moving along, getting the crew together, becoming the ultimate crew, because Luffy, yeah, Monkey D. Luffy's main goal is to be the Pirate King and find the One Piece. And about not too far into their adventures, after about four or five of the members have become part of the crew, enter Portgas D-Ace. But yeah, get a little closer there. He's got a really cool hat. I love the details they put in this, because the guy has tattoos as well. You probably won't be able to see it that well, but the sleeve he's got right there, it says his name basically, but they misspelled it. They put AS, and so instead of just, you know, doing the normal treatment of like, well, actually in this universe they don't have laser treatment, so Ace was just like, you know what, screw it, put an X on it, and so it says AS with an X on it, CE, and then on his back, hopefully you can see that a little better. Yeah, that should be good. That's the symbol of the Captain Whitebeard, who is a huge pirate as well. He's a very powerful pirate captain. He's also eating a devil fruit. I forgot which one it was, but his power is insane. Like, he can just destroy people without even touching them, and he's huge too. Like, he is a gigantic. Like, I think he's like 16 feet tall, 12 feet tall, something like that. But anyways, back to this. So, Portgas D-Ace, nickname is Fire Fist Ace, and the reason for that, let me see if I can place him in there without tilting, because he's a little top heavy with the hat and the hair. But yeah, no, Portgas D-Ace, Fire Fist Ace, he ate the Flame fruit, which gave him the abilities to control flames. And the cool thing about his devil fruit is that, unlike Luffy's, which is just another devil fruit, his devil fruit is more elemental based, so he can basically become the element. Like, he can literally turn his body into flames. He'll still appear this way, but if anybody like punched him or stabbed him or shot at him even, they would pass right through and get burned, because like, he's just made of flames now. Yeah, no, he's a really great crew member. He's the second in command for Captain Whitebeard, so he's earned his way through. The bounty on his head currently in this world is about over nearly 1 billion berries. And while it sounds silly saying 1 billion berries, berries is the form of currency in this world. And no, they're not literally just giving each other berries. They're like a type of gold, but instead of saying dollars or florins or euros or pesos, it is berries. I don't know. That's the world they came up with. But basically the story of my boy Ace here, he is the adopted brother of Monkey D. Luffy, and Cabo, I believe, is the third brother, but that's another video for y'all. Really interesting fact about my man Ace here, he is the son of the original Pirate King, the man who set off all this journey for the One Piece, Gold D. Ace. Or excuse me, Gold D. Roger, my apologies. Yeah, and his mother was like, Rouge D. Ace, I believe that's what her name was. Before he was captured, Goldie Roger handed off Ace to Monkey D. I always forget Luffy's parents' name, but basically hands him off in order to take care of him. They agree. When he becomes, I think, like 10 years old, he decides to set off on his venture becoming the Pirate King, because I mean, he's got dreams as well. Him and Luffy and their brother Kaba all connected, and they're like, we're going to be the greatest pirate kings. May the best man win, basically. And sadly, while he is an amazing character and he's very powerful, he had to sacrifice his life at one point. He was a prisoner in one of the greatest prisons in the universe of One Piece, Marine Brine Prison. And basically, some point there was a huge prison escape. So there was pirates with superpowers and regular pirates running around fighting against all the Marines and all the naval officers. And one of the officers that gave Ace a lot of trouble, like, he was out for his head. He was out for blood. I forget the gentleman's name, but he had like a magma devil fruit ability. So he was just like Ace, except he could turn his body into molten lava. It was insane. But some of his powers, like as you can see from his fingertips being on fire there, one of the first few is Heat Haze. Basically, he shoots like a flamethrowers out of his hands, out the palm of his hands. Pretty powerful. Next up, he's got Fire Fist, so he collects like a huge amount of energy and flames into his fist. And when he punches, it's like a huge explosion goes off against whoever's at the other end of it. My favorite, my favorite move of his, and his like signature one, is Fire Gun. Basically, he like forms his hand into a handgun, so he's got his index and his middle finger pointed forward, and like he gets his stance going like he's got, and then he just starts shooting his thumbs down and shooting bullets made of flames from his fingertips, and it is absolutely awesome to watch. One of his few powerful moves is Flame Commandment. He basically surrounds himself with like a giant wave of flames that's absolutely amazing. Fire Pillar, he can shoot flames straight up into the air, like a huge swirling vortex of flames straight up to the air or straight down, based on like, or his position. Like if he's in the air and he's wanting to get the drop on somebody, just boom. But his ultimate move, his most powerful move of all, is the Great Flame Commandment, Flame Emperor. And basically, long story short, he makes a mini sun. Like, honestly, he'll gather up a bunch of flames. First he'll have like a vortex going, just like with Flame Pillar. And then he'll gather it all up into like a giant ball. And may whoever's at the other end, whoever he's aiming at, is great at dodging or made of water, because he absolutely will destroy whatever it hits. And just to get kind of a scale of like how powerful his devil fruit is, other than all the moves I just listed, specifically Fire Fist. When he first made his appearance, Luffy was nearly about to get caught by a bunch of naval officers. They were surrounded by huge like naval ships. They were just like coming in on him. Then enter Ace, and he comes in, uses Fire Fist, and blows through the entire just armada of ships that were there. So it was like roughly 20 ships, I think, at the time. And it was just one move. He didn't have to continuously blast through. He just put one shot in, and they were all done for. And the reason I chose him for Family Funkotastic Friday is, like I said earlier, he sacrificed himself for Luffy in the middle of the battle. That magma fruit gentleman I told you all about, he was basically like, he could dodge all of his attacks. He could take them all on, but he found the naval officer found the weakness that the one weakness Ace had, and it was Luffy. And while Luffy was very powerful on his own, he was very durable. An attack from a fellow like elemental devil fruit like Ace here, with magma properties, was like aiming towards Luffy, so he probably couldn't have made it. So Ace jumped in, and like mid-attack, he basically got between the guy, and in order to stop the fist from hitting Luffy, he solidified himself, took the fist, and it just blew straight through him. And it was a very touching moment, because not only did Ace show like a characteristic that we did know he cared for Luffy, but not enough to where he would sacrifice himself. And it was a very sad moment, because we were expecting so much more to see out of Ace. While they did give him plenty of time on screen at times, there was so much more we wanted to see. We wanted to see him and Luffy become the pirate kings that they are meant to be, find the One Piece, and probably Ace come to like complete with himself that about his father and whatnot, Captain Goldie Roger. But yeah, no, basically he's willing to give all for his family. And thankfully it helped out, because then Luffy went on like a 2-year training period, or not method period, pardon me, and came back, and the main reason he went on that 2-year training period was in order to be able to protect his friends and family better. So in memory of Ace, he became stronger and more powerful. But yeah, that's all today for Family Funkotastic Friday. Thank you again for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed. This is the first One Piece character I've had on the series, surprisingly. Let me know who y'all would like me to start reviewing next, because we still have one more video to go for Family Funkotastic Friday, and then we got Christmas coming up, and it's going to be an awesome time. and I'm still kind of figuring out what to do for December. So hopefully I'll get it around just in time for the first December review. Thank y'all again for joining me. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to know more about me, go follow me on Instagram at J-Hysteria 23. I'll be seeing y'all later.